What good, family? It's your boy Ocean and Ghost, man. We back at it. Freedom fight continue, man. I just want to address the family. First off, peace, family. How is everyone? You see, I'm coming at you from the nature setup again today. You know, I enjoy myself out here. This is you know, where my mind opens up a little bit more when I sit out here in nature. And we got a nice little cool breeze or whatever, you know, just making the brain pop a little bit. So I appreciate this atmosphere. So that's why I come at you from right here. But man, I want to make sure that we not following bullshit, okay? And it's a lot of bullshit out there to follow. Like that's the only thing that ADOS people or black people are presented with to follow is a lot of bullshit. And when I mean like celebrities. Most of these celebrities, you know, I can't go into the mind of no celebrity and say that they intentionally would lead people astray. But when it comes to going against the people and the system that make you rich, I'm not expecting celebrities to take a stance far as this ADOS movement go, because that's when you're gonna see them losing sponsorships, and that's when you're gonna see them come under the most scrutiny. Like, you can just take LeBron James not saying something about whatever going on in the Chinese government. He came under most scrutiny. It's because of, you know, what he tried to represent is something that's black. So when you got a celebrity that'll speak out for black shit but won't speak out for the world shit, then you come up under scrutiny. Now, would that be the reason why I wouldn't speak up for ADOS? No. Because I understand that the people who put me in the situation, who boosted me up to a certain point before white supremacy decided to cut me a check, was the African American community. So, you know, it's kind of pretty much a boatload of bullshit why you wouldn't stand up for black people. And I'm not speaking on LeBron James saying that he don't stand up for black people, but what I'm saying is, there's no integrity in this shit. All the people, Kanye West, Jay-Z, all these motherfuckers who we feel like they want us to feel like, well, they got it, so don't worry about you getting it. Want us to live vicariously through these motherfuckers, and that's the trick. They want you to think, well, those few little sprinkles of niggas got a little money, so why the fuck you can't rap good? Why you can't rap good enough to be a billionaire like Jay-Z? Or why you ain't goddamn 6'8" and 260 like LeBron James so you could build your empire? So, but you know, when I look at Tone Talk, Antonio Moore, he's a great, you know, person to look at. Even though them niggas, one of his moderators blocked me the other night on the live stream, but that's a whole nother situation. But Tone Talks is a great dude to look at, man. You know, the reason why he's such a great, you know, ADOS leader to look at, because he's visual. He shows a lot of pies and a lot of graphs on his show that could further articulate and further illustrate the difference between black wealth and white wealth. Now, black people are 15% of this country, right? But they control 2% of the wealth. Meanwhile, 90% of the wealth in this country, over 90, like 92% of the wealth in this country, is controlled by white families. Now, being that we built most of this motherfucker on our back, I think that's, you know, too big of a divide for us to be sitting here looking at my neighbor across the street is prone to be a millionaire 150 times before I will. And it ain't due to his hustle. I can understand if you hustle harder than me. I got no leg to stand on if you hustle harder than me. But for somebody like me, go to work every day, 6-7 days a week, might have another job, just doing all of this just to trying to get a foothold above, just to have bill money and a little bit of extra money. You got to work 2 or 3 jobs, and they also shooting you a bullshit line. Go to college, go get $400,000 in debt, and you got a chance to amass wealth. It's all bullshit, and it's just, you know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, but back to what I was saying with these celebrities, you know, they put here to lead us astray, man. Especially after you become a certain point of celebrity, everything you do is under the microscope, and the microscope that you under is not going to allow you to effectively be a voice for black people. So that's the whole point of me making this video, is to tell you that if you're looking for these celebrities to speak up on your behalf, and if you looking, just because these celebrities look like you and they sound like you and they know a few slangs and terms, most of these people they in a position that they comfortable in their position, and they feel like that, you know, they made all the sacrifices that they need to make up to this point, and they ain't got to sacrifice shit for you or me, and that's fine. But that's why I'm trying to build it. That's why we fighting for this reparations, so that future generations don't have to live vicariously through these celebrities, don't have to look for leadership through these celebrities, because it's not much leadership in being a celebrity, man. So, you know, this is a fight that we fight. I just want my people to find you good people to listen to. Like I already mentioned, Tone Talks. You know, especially if you into the financial side of this fight, which is very much a financial fight, and we very much need to be financially literate. So, you know, I would suggest Tone Talks, Yvette Carnell, you know, Tariq Nasheed, these people who look like us and represent a high level of thinking. You know, I don't think nobody is smarter than me per se, but these guys and this lady. Also, don't let me forget Professor Black Truth, Black Authority. You know, these people articulate their ideas and they get their thoughts across very well. So it's a movement, and it's a movement that I'm proud to be fighting with, this 8 Hours movement. And they built this up to this point without the help of any celebrities. And they got the reparations conversation on the table in the presidential election coming up, and it's more effectiveness coming out of the black community because of this black media. Like, you know, police are actually going to trial for murdering people now. Now, do you think it's because